Welcome back to Okay, So Hear Me Out, the podcast of high vibes. I am your host, Bear. Big Circle is currently handling father duties today, but it's all good because joining me today is an up-and-coming fitness influencer and our neighbor from the Great White North, the small but mighty Bree. Welcome. Good
Hey, I'm
having
so
you here.
sorry. Happy to be here, and it's really. I just gonna laugh at it now.
I know it's really just funny. I mean, the constant issues that we've had with getting this thing going it's just been hilarious. Most of it, well, not most of it, but some of it being my fault. Others of it just being, life be lifing and just things happening. But here we are. We are here. Tell the people about yourself, Bree.
Well, I think just getting here makes me appreciate everyone who does the podcast and the videos. They go through so
Right?
many.
So many things happen. Oh my goodness.
I know. I'm 24, gonna be 25, so I'm right smack dab in the mid-20s. I'm a mom, powerlifter in the gym, and right now becoming a fitness influencer model online. So now I'm influencing and inspiring women. I feel like probably some men too, but I definitely have obviously a lot of women in my DMs. So now I just kind of help women out.
That's good. But one of the things I just want to ask is exactly how tall are you, since you call yourself small but mighty? The mighty part I get, powerlifting, but
is right at the 5 feet.
Nice. Right at 5. Just checked in. All right. So what got you into fitness and what got you into lifting?
What got me into fitness and lifting was just a turning point in my early 20s. I just realized that I wasn't really strong. And it's not like I was overweight or anything. Like some people have like these drastic transitions. For me, it was just like getting strong and getting healthy and just putting myself first, because I was just at the time in my life where I was putting myself probably absolutely last. So I think it was just a whole putting me first moment. It's not this drastic story. It was just putting me first.
Okay. So were you kind of like a people person, a people pleasing person, kind of like, you just want to make sure that everybody else is taken care of, at the detriment of your own health and your own concern and things of that nature?
Yeah, I was in a long-term relationship, I guess, just briefly go over that. Like I was just in a long-term relationship and it just wasn't a good one. And in that I was putting myself last in every position. And I finally, like people probably know, you get out and you realize I need to put myself first. I haven't been doing this since I was probably teenager. So like, it was just time for me to put myself first after all of that.
I gotcha. Yeah, that makes plenty of sense. I fully understand that. Guy from that same mold, that same cut, people pleaser, always want to do everything for everybody else. Just make sure everybody else is happy and everybody's satisfied and taken care of. And here I am in the corner suffering, not even doing anything.
Yeah, doing that for the wrong people gets you in some really bad positions.
Absolutely. Being a giver and giving everything to somebody who's just extremely just nothing but a taker, it's a killing move. Killing move for real.
Yeah, it'll drag a person down, and then you're in a hole that you got to get yourself back out of. So that was me. I had a whole lot to get out. Yeah, it is. And that's what the gym was for me. Like it took me out of that hole. So that's why I keep the gym very dear to my heart.
Yes, absolutely. Your safe haven. Definitely get that. So when did you decide you wanted to be an influencer when it comes to lifting and getting back in your good health and everything?
That was my family, and then people online messaging me saying that I should do it no matter what fails I just went through with business, personal, anything like that. That if I'm inspiring other people, that I should probably keep doing it. And I enjoyed it, and I enjoyed connecting with everyone online. So I guess it's everyone online was inspiring me to do it. So I'm glad I continue to do it.
That's awesome. That's really good. That outreach is always really great. I've always heard that gym family, is a great and strong family, especially, of course, the people that are in the gym and see you going there regularly because they're there regularly. And also too, though, like
Yeah.
you said, the influencers or the individuals out there on social media who see you and see your journey and they're just like, oh, wow, yeah, she can do it. She's doing the same things and she's going through the same things that I'm going through. Maybe I can do it too, and of course, like you said, you inspire them, you influence them, and here they are, reaching out to you
Yeah.
and following you and things like that. And that's amazing. That's awesome.
The gym community is definitely the best community. I gotta
Yeah.
just shout them all out. And my girls, they know exactly who they are. It's a whole group chat. We kind of just found each other, especially Farah. I just found her through social media. And to just say it was
Okay.
like a breath of fresh air to talk to these girls, because going to the gym, it can be sometimes a lonely phase, because like I was talking about online, like it's like people are like leaves on a tree and they flock off. So it becomes lonely when you start putting yourself first. But
Mhm.
anyone listening, there's a bright light at the end of the tunnel. You'll find your people, because the gym community is the best. Like the people at the gym, they'll be like, oh, hey, good morning. The manager of the gym, she's like, oh, how was your competition? Oh, how was your weekend? Like there's someone in the gym community that's going to reach out, and like you're going to feel that, or they're going to say, wow, like I've seen you come for a few months. You look great. That's going to like give you that feeling for the month that you need. Like you're going to feel great.
It's awesome. That's fantastic. So what is your diet like? What are your eating habits now? Now that you're part of this whole fitness journey and this lifting thing. So what is it that you eat now that differs from what you did beforehand?
So beforehand, it was very much so like I came from the normal family, so
Yeah.
I ate everything, everything right from craft dinner to what like hamburger helper in a box. I ate everything
Yeah.
growing up. So then going to the gym, I just started going to the gym, and then a few years later, I started noticing that my nutrition needed work on. So now it's mostly whole foods. I'm very cautious about what I eat. I don't think that I eat nearly the same things that I used to. I think it's just educating myself on nutrition really helped. And so
Yeah.
now it's high protein, it's mostly whole foods. And I see a difference, honestly, with my energy levels. I never realized how much nutrition actually mattered when it came to the ingredients.
Yeah, that makes sense. That totally makes sense. Yeah, I mean, you're right. Growing up, hamburger helper was the thing, or whatever was just in the pantry, whatever was in the cabinet, or whatever was in the fridge. That's what you ate. There was never this. Uh, we didn't have that opportunity to just be like, all right, we're just going to eat healthy and blah blah blah, whatever.
Yeah,
Parents had only so much resources that they could do,
yeah,
so it was
my,
it was just basically whatever was on sale at the grocery store. That's what we're eating for dinner tonight.
yeah, it was whatever mama made.
Yeah,
And I was always okay with that. Like, I'm kind of glad that I kind of grew up that way, because I wasn't like restricted ever on what I was eating. So I
right.
never grew up with anything like an eating disorder or anything, right? So that was kind of great to have that. But then transitioning into a healthier food lifestyle is definitely a transition. But that's why I'm very transparent about with everyone online. I didn't grow up with someone who was like, oh, make sure you have your veggies. I had to do that. But if I can do
Yeah.
that, they can do that.
Yeah, yeah, you can definitely
Yeah.
make the change. Yeah. But it's not like, everything that you're eating is super strict and nothing is just, everything
No.
is just whole foods. You still have, not like quote unquote cheat days, but you still have your days where you can have, or meals that you can have a burger here, some pasta there, a pizza here, something like that. So it's not like you're just, uh, I'm only eating these superfoods and super vegetables, avocados only.
No, and I'll post it. Like, I posted a photo of pizza, and I was like, we're having pizza tonight. Like, I'm definitely not just having steak, fruit, and veggies. Like, it's like eggs. Like, eggs is a big thing. I hate eggs. Like, I have to force myself to eat eggs. So I kind of stepped back. I was like, I shouldn't have to force myself to eat something if I don't like it. And so I did. I
Right.
found an alternative, like Greek yogurt was my alternative. And so I told everyone,
There
you
you
don't have
go.
to go with the trend. You just do some research. There's another food that you like that is better for you.
Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, I'm the same way when it comes to like avocados and bananas. I hate avocados
Oh,
and
yeah.
bananas. It's a texture thing for me, and I know. Look, being a Texas boy and loving Mexican food and things of that nature, I get side eye all the time whenever they're like, "Want some guacamole?" I'm like, "Ew, no, no,
I'm the same. I
no."
don't get the whole avocado trend. It's mushy. There's no taste.
Thank you. See, I'm not the only one. Okay, people, y'all see this? I am not the only one. I'm not the only one who cannot deal with avocados. You just nailed two of the biggest things: the mushy texture, uh, and it's no taste. It's
Yeah.
bland. It's the only way it tastes. And I see people do this all the time. They put salt on it, or they put extra salt on it, or they throw some kind of seasoning on it, hot sauce on it, or something like that, or they got to add it to something else. And it's just like, why do y'all act like avocados is just the greatest thing and it has no flavor to it? You know what? I
I
digress. I'm going to
know.
go
I
into a
know.
tangent. this we're gonna go a whole extra hour just because I'm going to go on this tangent when it comes to avocados. Ah,
I feel like it's like the
guacamole.
eggs, avocados, all these trending foods. I get
Uh,
it.
avocado toast. Whatever. Y'all can keep
Yeah.
it. anyway, anyway, so you've mentioned this before, and I see your posts constantly. You're really active in competitions and things of that nature. So, how are they going for you right now? What are you looking like with these competitions? Are you doing this for like for I don't know if you're doing. Are you doing this for just to measure yourself, or are you doing this because you want to win or something like that? So the competition part for you.
Competitions are going really well for me. When I first started, it was just to get myself out there and see what I could do with this, with powerlifting, how far I could go. So first one, I looked like a lost puppy. Second one, I got 9 for 9 on my lifts, which was amazing. I didn't lift the heaviest, but that was a plan we decided with my coaches because I want to eventually go to provincials and nationals. I know it's a journey to get there,
Okay.
but I want to get there, and you have to have a certain amount of white lights and weight to be lifted to qualify. So my last competition, I was able to get 9 for 9, so all my white lights that I needed to help qualify. And so now my next one in August, I'm hoping to hit some massive PRs and as many white lights as I can. Do exactly the same thing as last time, but with bigger PRs.
Nice, nice.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So, okay, for someone who is listening and wants to start working out and eating better, what advice would you give them?
Mine is always baby steps. Start with baby steps. You do not
Yeah.
need to do anything perfect right off the bat. If someone's like, "Oh, use my plan to start, use my plan to start," that could be great. But if that's not for you, just start with something simple. Like for me, it was water. I stuck to drinking all my water because I have a kid, so I'm getting pulled left, right, and center. Yeah.
Love water.
I love my water, but I suck at drinking. So that was my first time. It was like, okay, I'm going to do 2 weeks of drinking a lot of water straight. Next time it was starting the gym 3 days a week. It might be walking every day. Start with a small goal. Once you know you got that down packed, add another one. I think that's the healthiest way to do it. And then it's sustainable that way.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, I talk to people a lot when it comes to water because people see me all the time and I'm always drinking water. I make sure that I stay hydrated at all times. So I get that. I hear a lot about that part, the difficulty of trying to incorporate water in and things of that nature. One key thing I tell people is get those little flavor packs. Sometimes you can just throw that in your water. You just want to check it to make sure that that it doesn't have any wild ingredients in it. You just want something that's just going to give it some flavor. Doesn't have to be super sweet and oversaturated with anything like that. Just something that'll help you give you that opportunity to just and just to bring it in a lot more. You got to
Yeah.
have a certain amount of water. I know for certain people, for certain weights, I can't remember exactly how it's supposed to
Yeah.
be measured out, but I know it's like about a gallon, I think, a day. Basically, it's like 8 glasses a
Yeah.
day or something like that. Yeah,
Yeah.
eight
It's
glasses
about
a day, just depending on how active you are and how much you weigh, because you don't want to fill yourself up with water just for the sake of filling yourself up with water. You want to, regulate it. So, if you're active and you're sweating and everything like that, that's great. That'll help out. That'll help out for your body to absorb and take in that water a lot easier. Other than that, you're going to
yeah.
make yourself feel bloated all day long. And that's
Yeah.
going to be another issue that you're going to have to deal with.
It's a little bit TMI, but a great way to measure it is actually by the color of your urine. Like if
Yeah.
it is
No, absolutely.
slightly light to almost clear, you're probably pretty good. You don't have to drink too much more water for the rest of the day, because you also don't want to be in water toxation. So having too much water. And then there's also the hydration packs people are having lately. People need to be careful with those, because you're not supposed to drink a lot of water having those at the same time. Because they already give you lots of hydration. Same with EAAs. I get really worried that I'm going to end up drinking too much water, drinking those, being too hydrated. People don't really think about that. And you can get symptoms like headaches and stuff from that.
Yeah.
And what was it? Oh, yeah, with the powder packets. What I do too, kind of along with that, is sometimes I'll put a tea bag in cold water. And after an hour, it's kind of like a iced tea, and there's so many different teas. Now I get to play around, and I notice it's kind of like the flavor packets. It was kind of cool. I did that on accident, and experimenting was so good. I've been loving doing that lately, because sometimes, having bland water, it's bland in a world full of coffee, energy drinks, and stuff. I get it. I get it.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, down here in Texas, Dr. Pepper is king out down here. So,
I've had Dr. Pepper in so long. Oh my God.
Right. I get a Dr. Pepper like maybe once a week. And then when I get it, it's like if I go to like Whataburger or something like that, or Chick-fil-A, I'll get a Dr. Pepper and be in like a medium Dr. Pepper, and I'll probably still only finish like maybe a third of it.
I love
and I'll pour the rest of it down the sink.
I used to always love having pop, but then I noticed it made me break out. I don't know if it's a woman thing. I know it's a lot of women find that carbonated things, more specifically pop, even if it's diet or not, because I used to love having a diet pop or something. And then it started making me break out. I wonder what's in it that makes me break out, because I miss pop so much.
That's curious. I mean, that's a really good, I wonder about that too. I wonder what makes that break out, causes you to break out. I wonder if it's the sugar content with the carbonation. I wonder if that's a combo of both of it.
Something I've been trying to get into research, because I know it's a lot of people on the internet. They're like, every time I have a pop, like I break out or something.
Yeah, that's interesting. That's interesting. So, quick question: what got you into modeling? What brought that part around?
That was an accidental door opening for me. So I think what happened was, because when they say a door closed, a door opens, I think that kind of happened because I had almost like a failed business. I hate using the word failed, but it's kind of what I had. And then I would close that door, and then I had my photographer have like a giveaway that I won. And so we did like a modeling gig with that. And then I got a message for a paid modeling gig, and so like it's just been like a snowball ever since, almost like a snowball. Yeah,
that's awesome. That's awesome.
I didn't push it. It just kind of came, and now I've been just rolling with it. So it's why like sometimes we are supposed to close doors because another one will open.
Yeah. When you see that the situation is set up for yourself to move on from something. Move on from it. Take that cue. Move on from it, because like you said, that might be an opportunity that's going to come up for you for something else that you had even no idea about or was not expecting in any kind of way. And then all of a sudden, boom, here you are, and it's blowing up to be the part of who you are now, so that's fantastic. It's something that's on your resume.
Yeah, that's awesome.
All right. That's awesome. All right. So what do you hope to achieve as a fitness influencer?
Definitely creating a community of strong girls. I would love to just have a community that I can lead and that I like that can come to me for help and
Yeah.
just compete. And I don't know, there's so much to do in the fitness industry. I'm just kind of going to let doors open and help out as many women as I can and see what we can
Yeah.
do with it.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Definitely. All right. So one of the things that Big Circle and I are starting to do now is trying to talk about every now and then we want to talk about what are the things that people say that annoy you. Like one of them that irritates us is when people always talk about how the grass is always greener especially when it comes to relationships. And I'm just like this, that is so irritating. Just water your own grass and that'll make it greener. But so what is it that you hear that irritates you?
It's I wish and I'm lucky. That's my pet peeve lately. Like someone said that to me, I'm rolling my eyes and I'm not even responding anymore.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I definitely never got anything handed to me. Like even growing up, if I wanted $5 to go get some candy, I was pulling weeds out of the yard. I was not handed that $5.
You and I grow up in the same way because my granddaddy had us in his garden, in his yard, and on his property working. You want something?
Yeah.
You want some money for something, or you want to buy some clothes or something like that? Come over to the house. I'll find something for you to do. Work it off.
And that's same here. That's in here. I may not be hustling or whatever like I used to, like in car sales before I was a mom. Now, maybe I'm a wife, I'm a mom, and maybe like I'm taking care of the house I'm in. I have a family, but I'm still working. Like I'm still at the gym, still trying to build a business, trying to still build social media. Like so when someone says I'm lucky or I wish, all I can think about is they want to be handed the opportunity. They just don't want to work for it.
Yeah, exactly. Work for what you want. That's my thing. That's my vernacular. That's how I was raised. That's the mentality that was put into me. If luck is, some people get, there is some luck or whatever like that. I try to not use that word. I try to keep it out of my vocabulary. Yeah. I'm more in the line of blessing than luck, than being lucky, because, I like that. We're blessed with certain things. We're blessed with the ability to keep on moving, being able to move and put in the work to do things, as opposed to just being, oh, you're just so lucky. What is luck? It's like you said, it just falls in your lap. Somebody just gives it to you. I don't believe in luck. I believe in the blessing, of keeping yourself straight, working hard, and it'll come and it'll get there. And, whatever needs to be, whatever you need to have will come your way, whether it be something that you really wanted at that opportunity. Maybe it wasn't that, maybe it wasn't supposed to be that. Because like you said, that door might have had to close for another door to open for something else, because you weren't looking for modeling, you weren't looking to get into that. And now all of a sudden that popped up, and it wasn't really a luck thing. It was something that, because it felt an opportunity opened itself for you, presented itself for you. You walked in and you worked at it, and you're keeping it going. Luck is something that's like, all right, the opportunity was there, you jumped on it, and you didn't do anything else with it because you never really did work on it or pursue it.
Yeah, kind of like the lottery, right? Like was buy something and they went in, they didn't do anything for it, right? That was luck. But luck is scary. Can be scary for a person because then you don't think that you need to work for something, that luck is just going to keep coming. I think that's kind of why gambling becomes an issue. But,
you don't appreciate it. You really don't appreciate the hustle it took to get there. About it. How many people do you see who won the lottery and they're broke?
I
broke,
read
or their health is extremely bad, or they're probably sometimes even in jail. It's ridiculous. The crazy sad stories that you see from lottery winners is insane.
I read that the other week, and I was like, no way. All of these lottery winners get broke again because you're right. It was all luck. They never worked for anything before. So they were like, oh, this luck's going to happen again. I can just, I can just spend
And
it.
there's no real appreciation for it. I mean, that's how people who are
No.
actually career lottery players, like they won the lottery and now they're investing so much money into more lottery tickets to try to hit again. It's
Oh,
crazy.
my.
It's crazy.
That is.
I completely don't get it. Completely don't understand it. So yeah, luck. Mm-mm. You're so lucky. No. I worked for this.
Yeah. And that's
I
where
worked
you
for
let
this.
the door open, you let them, and you just sometimes just gotta agree with them. Yeah, I'm just lucky. Yeah, whatever. You don't get it.
Yeah, you don't get it. You don't get it. And I don't feel sorry for you whenever it comes back and bites you in the butt.
And you
All
don't know
right.
full an explanation.
You know. So 5 questions about you, more about you. So what I like to ask is, since you're our first ever guest, this is something I want to do with all of my guests coming forward. Top 5 songs that are on your playlist right now.
So Ray are from Morgan Wallen for sure.
Oh yeah.
Yes,
Oh,
the new album is just too good. He's too good. Why does he
from
have to make
beginning to
breakup
end,
songs?
no
I don't know.
skips. No skips. I love it.
I know. I wish that they were more happy songs and breakup songs, but I'll take what I could get. They're still catchy. But Kiss Her in Front of You, Thinking About Me, and then I'm the Problem just are on repeat. Like, they're just so catchy. And
Yeah.
then I love HunXO. He's definitely, I don't see him being listened to very often.
Say that
He's
name again.
definitely on the hunt. HunXO, so it's
So
HUNXO. Yeah, he's a,
okay.
I guess, rapper, yeah. But he's more of one of the more positive rappers I've seen.
Okay.
Obviously, he still talks about the whole rap scene like any other, but he talks a lot
Right.
about God, faith, and how lucky he is to be where he is, and I love that. So listening to Emergency and then 48 Laws of Power. 48 Laws of Power is my favorite. Like, if you're ever feeling down and you're like, whatever, listen to that song. You're gonna feel on top of the world. Like, you can do anything because like, it's all true. Everything he says in that song.
48 Laws of Power. All right. I'm going to look that one
Yeah,
up.
it's a
I'm
powerful
looking that
song.
one up.
It's a very
I
powerful
like
song.
that. I like that. All right. Favorite hobby outside of going to the gym?
Um, and outside being a mom, going to the gym, all my normal day-to-day stuff, it's paddleboarding. Or other than that, I do love
Okay.
going. I haven't done it in years, but ATVing. That
Yeah.
used to. Oh, when I was in high school, I loved that. I loved that. We lived on a farm, so I was able to always go do that. So it's very sad to me
Nice.
in my adult years I haven't been able to do that, but I've transitioned to paddleboarding. That's also very therapeutic for me and peaceful and being outside. So
All right. Bet. That's a bet. Paddleboarding. All right. Yeah. I've never done paddleboarding or ATVing. But I mean, I have been on a 4-wheeler a few times before, but not on a consistent basis like that. But paddleboarding, yeah. Never had that one before, but that sounds interesting. It sounds like a good
it,
time.
it's
Definitely.
really fun, especially if you go with like a family. Everyone has their own paddleboard, so like you guys are all relaxing. You get to go enjoy the water, especially if it's like a new water area you'd like to sightsee. I feel like it's relaxing. It's not like a canoe where you're bickering back and forth to not tip it.
Right, right. Childhood dream you hope to achieve, or have you already achieved?
I think I've already achieved it. I think I can say I've achieved it, and it's
All right.
not it's not the traditional doctor or vet. I give props to those people, but I couldn't. I'd cry giving someone a needle. But so it was always being like a wife and a mom and having the white picket fence life. And
Yeah.
I've achieved that. I have love my life. I have my kid. I'd love another kid, but I will take what God can give me. Um, and then other than that, it was teenager. I was like, I want to be the first millionaire in my family. That I haven't achieved that yet, but that's still the
Right.
goal. So
Okay.
I have a goal I have achieved, and then I have a goal I haven't achieved yet, I guess, from when I was a kid.
Well, that's bad. That's a great one.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. I mean, yeah, that is a childhood goal that everybody should. Well, I'm not gonna say everybody should have. Not everybody wants to have kids or whatever like that. Not everybody
Yeah.
probably wants to be, in a marriage or anything. So I mean, that's to each their own. But I mean, the fact that you actually had that, that's one of those were part of your goals that you wanted to achieve, and you have achieved it. So congratulations to you. That's a beautiful
Yeah.
thing. I'm glad you have
And
that good family vibe and bond going in your home right now. So kudos to
it,
you.
it's
Congratulations.
great.
Yeah. And
Thank you.
we're gonna put that into existence about being that millionaire. You're gonna get that
Yes.
goal. We're gonna get you there. We're gonna get you there.
Yes, we gotta always have goals, right? And that's like,
Yes. Speak it into existence. Let's go. Let's work
yes.
on it. Let's work on that. All right. So what are you watching?
What am I
Movie
watching?
wise, TV series, streaming, binging, whatever.
I used to watch a lot of TV, but lately being so busy, I feel like life is so busy. I haven't really been able to sit down and watch TV, but
Yeah.
lately I've been just rewatching some old favorites from growing up before they leave Netflix and stuff. So I've been
Yeah.
just like Crossroads, some Vampire Diaries, Gossip Girl, all of those old things that you probably watched with your mom. Just nostalgic, not because like I was craving to watch it, but because I want to go back, right?
Right.
And then, but a new one we were watching that it's always stuck in my head lately is the new Tylenol documentary on Netflix. It's quite scary, but it's also very real, and it just taught me to be more aware of who you trust in big pharma and stuff like that. It's definitely a watch for people.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Tylenol you said is a docu-series or just a one-time documentary?
Yeah, it's a docu-series, I think. Yeah, it's a few
Okay.
episodes. I don't even think I've finished it yet because it is quite scary. I'm gonna be
Yeah.
honest. Like,
All right. Yeah, I'm
yeah,
gonna look into that
it's
one.
very
I'm gonna
real.
look in.
Yeah.
It's on Netflix or Hulu?
And Netflix. I know it's on Netflix
Okay.
here in Canada. I don't know if it's different US and Canada for Netflix,
I'm
but
glad you said that. I'm glad you said that. You're 100% right. Yeah, I'm gonna have to. You're right. You're right. So I'm definitely gonna have to look now. But yeah, it could be a
if not,
different
it should be
VPN.
somewhere.
Yeah, it could be a
Yeah.
different VPN because of that. I didn't think about that. Yeah, you're right. All right.
I think that how that happens, but yes.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Same
See that.
across the whole board.
See, that's the thing about talking to people and connecting with people across borders in different countries. You may not be able to see the same things that everybody else sees, but that's actually kind of a good thing, though. It kind of gives us a better perspective on how there's a difference with stuff. Like, hey, so there's this one series you need to check out. Oh, I don't get it here. Oh, okay. Well, we need to find a way to make sure that you get that. So yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Why are
Okay.
they not wanting you to watch it?
Yeah, exactly, exactly. What are you hiding from us, huh? America?
Yeah, America. Yeah,
Oh
exactly.
no. All right. So, you're influencing, as far as everything going on with your lifting and even with your modeling. So who influences you?
Um, ev- Everyone on the internet influences me in some form of way, but it's
Mhm.
always the girls who are doing the same thing as me, or the girls who even message me saying I inspire them. Like, you're inspiring me to keep going. Like, I wouldn't be able to keep
Yeah.
going if I didn't have people messaging me that kind of stuff, because then, like, I wouldn't really have a purpose on here.
Yeah.
Other than that, I really love Sydney Sykes on Instagram. She recently became an athlete with Alphalet, but she's also so humble, so humble. She may like now be, I guess, popular on Instagram. I hate that word, but I guess so. But she's so
Yeah.
humble. She'll message you and she'll tell you. She's like, I was homeless last year. Like, she's like, I was homeless last
Wow.
year. She's like, and I did this. She's like, if I can do this, so can you. And that's my mentality. So I love her. I love her mentality. And so it's those kind of people that really inspire me. And then my son and, my man at home, they like, I want to be the best that I can be for them. So they definitely
Yeah.
motivate
Love
me the
that.
most of anyone else.
Love that. Sydney Sykes, you said?
Yeah, she's a very humble, she's an amazing person. I talk to her every so often. Yeah.
That's awesome. All right. Bree, It was great talking to you. I'm so glad we were able to get together finally and get this interview going and taken care of. Love hearing more about you and getting more insight in your background and how everything was going with you. We definitely need to link up again. I think this is going to be a good vibe right here. Congratulations to everything that's moved. Congratulations to everything that's going on with you as far as your modeling career that's going on and your competitions and just the improvement that you're having overall in your own personal life. That's fantastic. More power to you. CO, Big Circle says, what's up?
I'm going to say hi back.
All right. I got you. All right. Well, thanks for tapping in, ladies and gentlemen. This is Bear. Okay, so hear me out. Bree, we're going to thank you once again for being with us. Tell everybody where they can find you on social media.
Same name across the board for Instagram, TikTok, BriiX Lifts, BRIIX Lifts.
All right. On all social media platforms, if you want to reach out to her, TikTok and Instagram for sure. Thank you all again for tapping in to Okay, so hear me out. Peace, love, prayers, and as always, make a great day. After speaking with Brianna, Big Circle and I were able to finally link up. On this episode,
secret location.
We are, moving around on y'all. We are not at the regular Bear Cave this time. No, we are in an undisclosed location.
That's right, man.
Exactly.
Password, swordfish. Yeah.
We are taking the time while the youngin' is dealing with practice.
Right. What's that?
Something else that irritates me that people say, just our little segment that we do.
Tell them why you mad, son.
Grass is greener on the other side.
Oh, man. Uh-oh.
What you think about that? I want to hear what you got to say on that first before I speak my spot.
I need context, then. Are we talking the romantic stuff? Just that part, that application, or are you talking about something else?
We can speak on the romantic.
Period.
Yeah, I'm just talking about period.
Yeah.
But we can speak on the romantic side of it because that does irritate me too. People just look when you in love, when you're in a committed relationship. Let me start this part over. When you're in a committed relationship and you are with somebody that you say that you love. Mm-hmm. Rest assured, there are going to be points in that relationship that you're supposed to, again, a committed relationship. There are going to be times when you're going to be like, I don't know about this little so-and-so every now and then.
Mm-hmm. That's just how it goes.
It's just how it goes. She going to get on your nerves.
You going to get on her.
You going to get on her nerves just as much. There's always going to be... You see, that's the thing about relationships. Cats don't understand that, man. People are so quick to just throw people away nowadays. It's sad. It's pathetic. You don't know how to work through things. You didn't always get along with your siblings.
Nope.
Okay? You didn't always get along with your siblings in the same house. But you love them.
Yep.
You gonna cut for them. You go to war for them. That's that commitment that you're supposed to have. Mm-hmm. Whenever you're again, when you claiming you committed with this relationship, that's the type of a commitment you're supposed to have. Why are people so quick to just be like, grass is greener on the other side? All right, well they messing around, and I don't feel like dealing with this person just because they don't know they don't make the bed whenever they get out of bed, or they don't put their forks up. They don't stick the silverware up whenever we're trying to get it to dry. They put it downwards or something stupid, something petty like that. You know what I mean? I mean, there are going to be things that's just going to irritate you about that individual because they're going to do things different from what you did, things different from what you were raised with, but if you're committed with this individual, you marry this person, that means you're supposed to be with them throughout, whenever, forever. As long as, of course, there's a reciprocation of back and forth love, You got to have that. But if you just want to leave this person just because this person irritated you a couple of days a week.
Come on, man.
Grass ain't always greener, my buddy.
Nope.
One thing that I saw is like, the grass might be greener, but that doesn't mean it's real. Could be that astroturf.
Astroturf over there.
You got that astroturf on the other side, that fake grass.
Yeah.
Around and slide on there, you get yourself a nasty kind of burn, and you get them black pellets popping up.
Now you got them patches. You got bald spots in the turf. You're like, man, what happened to the turf?
Have you ever been tackled on turf?
Yeah, well, I didn't really play football for real, but I have been out there, and I'm like, okay, let's play around, like just saying that kind of stuff.
Man.
And I hit that, and I was like, oh man, I thought this was soft.
Nah, you might as well get tackled on concrete, man.
Yeah, I ain't like that, man. I was like, man, let me get back in the gym where I'm supposed to be.
Man, look.
Yeah, I thought that was the reason. Like, yo, this is gonna be softer than the grass, dude. And it wasn't.
Yeah, surprise, surprise. It ain't that soft. It ain't that good. And the grass just ain't that much better on the other side.
And I wasn't that good at football either. So that when I went down in a heat. And so
stay on your side, water your grass,
right, and
make your grass greener.
Sure. I mean, you got you got Jack and Rose, right? I think that's their name from Titanic.
Yeah.
That movie comes out, and she's on the front of the boat. She's got the arms out, and it steamed up the car. I ain't mad at her about. I mean, I ain't mad about that. The rich dude, the rich dude wanted her. He couldn't have all that stuff. Is great. You got people running into this movie. They're going to see the movie 5 times a week when it's coming out. They're crying and going on. There's so much love going on. And I just told my friend, I said, listen here, you do realize if they'd have survived, they would have got on each other's nerves. Just like anybody else.
You're probably right.
This thing where...
You're definitely right.
So what I think people do is they say, I have this vision of this perfect being, right? You mentioned... G.I. Joe, you were talking about the cartoons and all that. You got Dr. Mindbender, he's taking DNA and putting it together and making this super villain. He's like, he's perfect. That stuff doesn't happen. Whomever you're going to be dealing with, in marriage, or long term, or you're dating or whatever, it just doesn't happen like that. So there are going to be times where you're like, man, I'm getting on their nerves, they're getting on yours. So it's like, all right, well, I got to go bail out and do something else. Bail out and do something else basically means you leave this committed entity that you've committed to. That was your thing. And you're like, well, I saw something else I liked over there. Whether it's temporary or not, I just want to go over there. And I think that is that is one of the more trifling character traits. It's like, why did you even get into something committed? And you get into it and you say, well, I'm just going to act the way I want to act. Why not just stay a free spirit or a free agent? And you don't have to do that. Yeah. But I think people, the primary reason grass looks greener is because you don't really know what you want. And when you get what you want, you can't deal with it. Because you get what you ask for, which many people live and die and they never get that. You get it and you can't deal with it. And then you blame everybody. Or everything. Well, I went over there because I'm going to tell my truth. The truth is this. You should have stayed and done what you were supposed to do, what you're committed to do. Why isn't great good enough? How's your life, man? Great. But then you go and do some things like that. I'm going to go look over here and see romantically. Even with work, I've had jobs come past, I guess, the last 8 years. I took a real hard look at. And I had an associate minister at my church. I told him about it. I said, man, I'm looking at this because he and I kind of do the same stuff. And he said, man, why would you apply for that? I said, you didn't hear what I said? It's got this, and this. And he said, yeah, but where you are, you're fine, right? I'm like, yeah. So why would you go? Because it has this. He said, but there are things over there you don't know about. Are you unhappy where you are? And it's like, no. So are you trying to make an ambitious move, or are you going to go over there and you get some accolades that you really are not getting where you are? I was like, no, it'll be a different thing. And he just kind of looked, he was holding his Bible, old school dude. He's like, yeah. He's like, man, I said, so you think it's a bad idea? He said, I ain't saying that. He said, but you got to make it make sense. Yeah. And this big shiny thing that you see is not what you need to be. And then I think particularly in the U.S., there is this culture. And it's a monster, right? And it's one of those monsters where when it eats something, it grows, right? You've seen the cartoons. It's like, I ate this, I ate that, I grabbed that car, and it keeps growing. Yeah. That's what we're taught to do. You should want more for yourself. Oh, yeah. And what a lot of times more means is something different outside of what you have. If you're committed to that, then you got to be careful about that. And then you see videos now, and you can Google this stuff, and you go and you'll see somebody, I went over here and got the grass is greener, and I'm really, really upset about it now. And it's like, but you didn't have any real indicators that you should have done that. And it's like people will not consider that maybe I shouldn't do this. It's like, well, there's some instant gratification over there, whether it's a career aspiration, it's money, it's sex or sex with someone else or whatever it is you're going to do. It's all of that. It's like, but why do you do that? Why is it a necessity for you to do that? And if you look at the pathway of your life, take it in 7-year spurts. When you've done that, has it done well for you? Let's write that novel. And you can see the train wrecks you've had every time you've done that, and yet you continue, to do that. Now, the balance is knowing which is which, because there are sometimes you're not supposed to stay where you are romantically, and you need to get somewhere safe and tranquil.
Yes.
So you got to have that balance. But I think some people are, like you said, they're just like, yeah, I'm just going to go for it. It's a YOLO type of thing in a mature kind of place, and it just doesn't fit, man. But I think that point that you made when you said it's good choices that you need to make. Mm-hmm. You're not making good choices. Mm-hmm. And some people will say, well, it's not always about choices. You should lead with your heart, or, just go with your gut. I don't believe in going with your gut. The problem with going with your gut is when I talk to people about it, I'm like, what's your gut's record? They don't want to talk about that. Man, if I feel it in my gut, I'm always right. I was like, remember when you told me it was your gut for this? And
it was a failure.
And that didn't work out. And then it didn't work out here. So, I'm not into that. I'm not into, I might get in trouble about this, but listen up. I don't believe in women's intuition.
Right.
Pause. Everybody okay? I don't. I don't. Yes, you, ma'am. If you're shaking your head, if you threw something at your phone, well, yes, you, ma'am, are probably a brilliant person. You, listener, are brilliant. And you are a woman. You qualify, but I don't believe you have a thing with, quotes, women's intuition. There's that. I'll say that so I'll stop there and dodge the tomatoes. But yeah, that's how I feel about that. Grass is greener. I don't like that either.
Yeah, not a fan of it. Not a fan of it. Like I said, man, unless you see that there are actual problematic things going on in your relationship, things that need to be change, that are not changing because they are an actual detriment to you and your person, and anybody else involved in the two of you, then yes, I would say make moves that will benefit you, the both of you, and anybody else that may be affected by that. But do not make the move just because you see somebody walking by, you're like, "Ooh, she look good," or "Ooh, that guy has this," or this woman has that. Yeah, right. Don't make moves out of lust. Don't make moves out of greed. Make moves out of need.
And have you seen those videos? They're skits, and it's funny because people actually think they're real, but they got like 3 camera angles. I'm like, this is not real. But they'll have a car.
Thank you.
It'll be a real nice car, and the guy comes out. He's got on the skinniest jeans he can find. This lady walks by. She's gorgeous. He's like, hey, how you doing? I'm me and boo boo. Oh, I'm busy. I can't go anywhere. And then the camera pans. He's like, okay, well, I'm leaving. He's panning and walking to the car, and the lady twirls her hair. Oh, is this your car? And people are commenting in these comments like, yeah, man, I could tell by the way she was walking, she was really a gold digger. And I just want to type in there, like, you do know this is a skit, right?
Right. That's
like people. I really, really want it. I want a cyber megaphone.
You see the anger in them because they feel some type of way. They trigger.
That's a cartoon, bro. I mean, it's not, but it is.
It basically is. It's just a live action cartoon. This is a skit.
It's a skit, man.
It's a Saturday Night Live skit.
They'll be like, yeah.
In living color.
That's in Dallas.
Mad TV.
That's in Florida. That's in Miami. That's how they do now. Here, like, that ain't real. It's
and they playing off of you.
Yes.
You are the reason why they putting this stuff up. Because they playing off you. They know that you're going to react some type of way. Good grief. Shoot, real quick, ask you about this one. Nice guys versus good guys. See, a lot of guys, and I used to be, I was, probably sometimes still is, victim of this. In a romantic situation, guys, they hear that thing, nice guys always lose, nice guys finish last, or whatever like that, versus good guys. You see, A good guy, a nice guy is a person that you get walked all over because you're catering too much to everybody, trying to be a people pleaser. That's a nice guy. Nice guys try to make sure everybody's happy in spite their own self. I'm not going to lie. I was that guy. Big time. I was that guy. It's wrong. It's not good to be a nice guy, but it is good. It's okay to be a good guy. It's good to be a good guy. And a good guy know how to say no. A good guy knows how to protect his peace and, help you out as best as they can without compromising themselves.
Okay.
A good guy can take care of business, make sure that you're taken care of and helped out, but not do so that's going to be at the detriment of their own selves. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So when I asked you about that, when I brought that up to you as far as the topic was concerned before we recorded today, that's what I wanted to see what was your mindset on that. What did you think on that, or if you even had an opinion on that?
At first I was like, man, I'll be back. Yeah. I was like, I don't know.
Right.
But, you get time to think about it. Some of this stuff, I'll say this quick though, and we can talk about that because we can talk about that. No, the good guy, nice guy, it could be synonyms if you just take it, in the normal vernacular of things. People say he's good or he's nice. But goodness meaning that, you are, at your core, you're doing a certain thing. It's a part of who you are. Mm-hmm. Nice, more of an ornamental thing, kind of an exterior thing. Mm. You come across this way. In certain settings, you come across that way. You might still be a good guy, but it's this aura that you're putting out. Goodness is a core character kind of thing. I think that's the deeper one. Right? So for me, it's better to be, in that vein, it's better to be good because then it's in you. And then, you've got this governing thing where I want to be a morally high road kind of guy, high character kind of guy. There are nice people. I got one guy, nice guy at my job, I know is not a good guy.
Yeah. Because
he comes across as, he's nice, he's professional, but I get it on good authority, on eyewitness authority, that he's not a good guy. He doesn't know that I know. Mm-hmm. But I caught him doing something. It affected me. It could have affected me. And I said, oh, okay. Well, that's interesting because when he's around me, he's nothing like that.
Yeah.
So I just put that in my back pocket and kept going. So nice can be exterior. Goodness is interior headed to the exterior. And that's how I see it. I don't think necessarily nice means you're going to be taken advantage of. I think you can be good and be taken advantage of too. Because people they just do things.
I think it can be good and be taken advantage of too. Yeah. But at the same time, you understand, you're more understanding of when you're being taken advantage of or when somebody's trying to take advantage of you when you're good, and you'll know how to step away from that and protect yourself from that.
I don't think goodness gets you there. I think discernment does. If you're good and you have discernment, you can see.
Well, yeah, and that's kind of what I mean.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I mean. But I'm not saying like, oh, he's a good guy, so yes, he's not going to be taken advantage. No, I think there's a level of discernment that that you understand. Okay, this person is trying to take advantage of my good qualities, or they're trying to take my kindness for weakness. Mm-hmm. So I'm not going to let that happen. So I'm going to step away to protect myself from that.
I think you're susceptible in both at the same level. What I will say is, like, for example, I was talking to my younger cousins today. Mm-hmm. Shout out to Lisa and Vanessa. Hadn't talked to Vanessa in years. They were in the store, and I hear this skirmish, loud of conversation going on, escalated voices, not screaming. But I'm thinking, okay, that's a plus and minus. That might be a confrontation or something going on.
Not screaming, but just high volume.
Just like you could tell somebody was like, hey.
Yeah.
Well, no, I disagree. It's like one of those things. I'm trying to hear it, but they probably put the phone down a little bit and they're talking. So, I'm on the other end, and they come back. I said, hey, what's going on? Oh, everything's okay. I said, hey, because they're my younger cousins. I mean, they're grown-ups, but they're younger.
Right.
Hey, what's going on? And they said, oh, man, I said, was that a guy? So I'm on I'm on the loop. I'm slowing down. I'm like, do I need to take this next exit? Because I was going to go
Big brother
wherever they were. I was like, if it's a guy, where are y'all?
Yeah.
I mean, because I'm just going to hop on where I need to hop on, and I'm coming that way. And it was like, man, how we don't have you doing that. It's like, yeah. It's like, well, you don't have to worry about that. I can take care of myself. I was like, no. I mean, so, I'm a nice guy. But at that point, my head was going to spin around like Linda Blair. And, and all the goodness goes away. Right. It's like, I'm going to go do something that's probably not the moral high road. Because you could just back up. And that's what you should do. And most of the time, I'll just kind of walk away from something. You're acting crazy, that's fine. If I ain't walk away, I walk away. I just didn't feel like it at that point. I had to confirm with them that we didn't have an episode. And what it turned out to be, it was a lady, and it wasn't even as big as it sounded. It sounded worse than what it was.
Okay, cool.
But, you know how you slow down in your truck and that back end come up? That's what happened. I was like, I need to. And they didn't know I was doing that, but I did.
Right.
I was like, if you say, yeah, this dude, I'd be like, okay, where are y'all? Just in general, where are y'all? And I would have been headed that way. But I think we need more goodness in the world. That's my thing.
Come on.
Nice is great. I think it's good too. But I think we need people at their core that wake up and emanate, just have this burst coming out of them wherever they go. Of goodness. I think that's what we need.
Yeah, we do need more of that. We do need more of just good, moral, wholesome mentalities. And not to the point that, like I said, you don't want people to be so good to everybody else that you cut off your own nose in spite of your face. You want to be you need to protect others, but you need to be able to protect yourself as well. You need to be able to heal yourself as well as heal others. You need to be able to grow yourself as well as helping other people grow. You can't be nice and take care of people, or you can't be nice and fill another person's cup when you don't have anything in your cup to even pass out. You know what I mean?
That's another show.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. So, I love when people are helpful and trying to make sure that everybody is taken care of. But please make sure that you're taking care of yourself as well. The first person you see every morning is yourself, because you see you in the mirror first. You got to make sure that you have a smile on your face, and it's a genuine smile on your face. You got to make sure that you have a clear face. You got to make sure that because when you look in the mirror, you see when you're depressed, when you're down, you can see it in your face. You see it in your eyes. You can see it in the bags in your eyes. Are you getting the proper amount of sleep that you need? Don't go out and try to save the world at night. Not everybody's Bruce Wayne. You know what I mean? Not everybody's Bruce Wayne. And even Bruce Wayne needs Superman to help him out.
Right.
And Wonder Woman and the rest of the Justice League.
Right.
So you can't just be out there cutting your own sleep pattern time because you're just trying to help everybody else out. You need to make sure you get a good, proper amount of sleep. You got to make sure that you're eating well. You got to make sure that you're doing well for yourself so that you can be there to make sure that you're taking care of everybody else who needs taken care of. Also, too, how are you trying to take care of somebody when you're not even taking care of yourself? Nobody's going to be able to nobody's taking your word. Man, you need to learn how to eat healthy. Says the man that has a mayonnaise-covered cheeseburger with, with chocolate-covered bacon in it. You know what I mean? Look, what are you talking about, man?
Candy.
When's the last time you ate a vegetable? And I'm not talking about something that's on your pizza or on your burger. When's the last time you ate an actual vegetable? When's the last time you ate a salad? When's the last time you drank water? And don't tell me water that's filtered with coffee. with
There's
beans.
water in this.
There's water in this. Nah, that ain't water. That's coffee. That ain't water. No. When's the last time you cracked open a bottle of water and just drank that and didn't have to worry about anything? When's the last time you bit into an apple? Eat healthier, eat better. Yeah, you can still go out there and trick it off sometimes and get yourself a pizza and get yourself a cheeseburger or some fries and whatever, what have you. But don't make that your everyday meal, that your only meals of the day. You can't eat like that. You can't eat fried chicken every day and just expect to be able to live or whatever like that. You gotta eat healthier. You gotta sleep healthier. You gotta read more. You need to meditate more. You need to pray more. You need to go to therapy. You know how much therapy is helpful for for people. I mean, a lot of people don't understand. I stand on going to therapy, man. I'm a massive proponent of therapy. I've had a couple of therapists in my lifetime that have saved my life. Honestly, I mean that, and I could get into that and a lot of other things on another episode in regards to mental health. But man, go to therapy. Even if you don't even see a professional therapist, go talk to one of your friends that you trust, and that there's a reciprocation between that friendship. I speak on reciprocation a lot when it comes to relationships, as far as, male and female. Reciprocation is there too when it comes to just friendships. We have a reciprocation, and that's the reason why we work.
Yep.
You know what I mean? It's there's a reciprocation of love, there's a reciprocation of respect, and there's a reciprocation of understanding between the two of us. And people need to have that with not only just, like I said, your significant other. You need to have that with your close friends. And if you have that with your close friends and you just can't afford a therapist, or you just don't know a good therapist, speak to your friend. Tell your friend that, hey man, I just need to get this off my chest. I just need to talk about something. And they'll be there for you. They'll help you out. So make sure you get your mental right. Make sure you get your physical right when it comes to, like I said, drinking clean, eating clean, on a more consistent basis. Like I said, it doesn't have to be your entire diet, but just on a more consistent basis. Go work out. You don't even have to do a lot. Go for a walk for 10 minutes after a meal. I promise you, you're going to feel a heck of a lot better.
It's something that changes in that 10 or 15 minutes.
Yeah.
That it don't take you a lot to get to.
It don't take you a lot
You
at
gotta go
all.
run up the stairs, or
what else helps? Standing up when you're eating.
Well, I do that, but I think I do that because I'm so greedy. I don't want to go sit down. I'm like, it's right here. If y'all hear this, just fast forward this part. It's the other side of the coin talking.
It's only because I'm greedy.
Only because I'm greedy.
I don't have the time to sit down.
Get it out the bag. It's like, why would I leave? It's right here. So I feel fine. I'll stand here.
Oh man, no. Sometimes I'll actually just stand at the island in my little apartment, stand at the island and eat my food from there, and just instead of just
just like me, man.
I do that sometimes, man, and watch the game or watch whatever I'm watching on TV from there, or sometimes just be eating and dancing.
See,
when the food is that good,
yeah.
Shoot,
man. No music.
Sometimes there's music and sometimes there's no music.
There is a groove, though.
There's a groove. There's definitely a groove. I tell you that much. That's for sure.
Everybody listening, just seek peace and tranquility, man. Whatever you got to do.
Yeah, seek peace and tranquility.
Just go get that. You got to know you deserve it. Now, you might not deserve a Birkin bag or to travel every week or a Bentley or a house that's got, 10 bedrooms or something crazy like that.
3,000 square feet.
Yeah, but you're entitled to peace.
Yes.
You should seek that.
Yes.
So that's what I say to what you said, man.
Yeah, definitely. Everybody get out there and get your peace. Is probably the most expensive yet the most inexpensive thing that's out there.
It's attainable though.
It's definitely obtainable. There will be times that you may have to make some sacrifices for that peace. I can speak on that. I made a huge sacrifice about 3 years ago to obtain my peace. But I tell you what, I would not change a thing.
Man,
I would not change a thing. No matter how much grief I've received from certain individuals.
I ain't worried about that.
I'm not worried about that because they don't know the fact that they have no earthly idea of what I went through before I went through a lot to obtain what I have now. It's indescribable. And again, like I said, I would not change a single thing. I thank God for the strength that I had, the strength that he gave me to make the move that I needed to move.
I keep this thing simple. And I hadn't really been like this all that long, just a few years, but, you know, it ain't even a big deal to me. It's like, nope, or yes, you know, to whatever I need to say no or yes to. Mm-hmm. Ain't a big production. It ain't, I need to let you know. None of that is, you know, and it ain't brutal honesty. Like I think we talked about in one of our shows. I don't believe in brutal honesty, just honesty.
Just honesty
is good enough.
Yeah.
But no is a complete sentence.
No.
And, you know, if you need to say that, you say that. And whatever falls off was on its way to falling off anyway. I like to keep my circle big, but hey, if you're not in my circle, you know, I don't need to be in yours either. And that's how I see it. It's like, you don't need to be in mine, I don't need to be in yours. Big deal. And move on. But, you know, the drama that comes with it and the commentary that comes on the outside of it, when I know I got it right.
Yeah.
Now, sometimes I'm not sure I got it right.
Right.
So you can't be unteachable, right? If you're unteachable, you're worse than the commentary is coming. You're unteachable. I know everything. You don't.
No, you don't.
So, you know, but in the interest of time, I don't make a big deal out of it. And some of my friends think it's funny because it's like, man, that's it? I was like, yeah, I don't have a commentary for that. This on here, yeah, we can talk and talk and talk. But some of this stuff is like, ain't nothing to talk about.
No.
That's a no, or that's a yes. And that's it.
That's it.
Well, you know, I mean, you got to see both sides. There's two sides to every story. Like, no, it ain't. That is unacceptable. I ain't accepting it. That's a one-sided thing. And how do I know it's right? Because the people on the other side are saying, well, I wouldn't accept it either, but what you mean, but? You can put that.
Only butts in your pants.
Yeah,
put it in the seat.
Put that away. I was like, would you like that to happen to you? Would you be okay with that? No, I wouldn't. I said, well, you know, there's nothing to discuss.
No.
Let's add a side to this one-sided event. I'm like, no. And when I realized people were really big on that, I was like, wow. And I'm talking about people close to you.
Yeah, exactly.
But that I digress. But yeah, get your tranquility, everybody. I was going to say America, but I can't say America because everybody's listening everywhere.
All right.
But get that tranquility, man. You deserve it.
Absolutely.
If you don't get anything, forget everything else. The theme for me tonight for you guys is you deserve it. So if you don't have it while you're listening, you know, tonight's the night to go get it.
Get your tranquility.
Yeah.
Get your peace.
Yeah, man.
Get your understanding.
And protect it.
Yes.
At all costs when you get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Protect your peace. Protect your focus.
Yeah.
Focus on you.
Yep.
You can focus on you while still helping others.
Yeah, man.
But focus on you. Build you.
Yep.
Do better for you. Because if you can't do better for you, then why would you expect anybody else to do better for you?
Man, you know, get what you need. Figure, I don't know what I need. Well, you know, today's a good night to start. What do you want? And is what you want part of your purpose? And if it is, man, start taking the steps for that. If it's a person in the way, get rid of that person. Unless it's you, don't get rid of you. But if you're the one that's in the way, then fix the things that are continuing to put you in the way.
Journal. Take notes.
Whatever it takes.
Write notes, whatever you need to do, whatever it takes. If there's nobody that you can talk to at the time, then write notes. Write it down. Just try to figure out exactly what you need to do to improve upon yourself. And trust me, there's somebody in your life that wants to help you. There's somebody in your life that does love you enough to want to talk to you and help guide you through whatever situation that you're in. You're never alone. There's always somebody there. Always somebody there. Again, you're never alone. You may feel like you're alone. You may think that you're alone sometimes. There's somebody there. They may not know that you have this going on right now, but if you reach out to them, guarantee they will sit there and they will listen. And they will help you in whatever capacity they possibly can.
Might not even be anybody you know right now. I've had some real conversations with people I just met.
Yeah.
And they're looking at me like, you know, why are you getting this deep? I'm very careful about it, you know, but why are you getting this deep? But they'll present something. I'll say something back.
Right.
And they'll say something, and we keep going. And then you look, I'm like, I met you 30 minutes ago, and we're at 31 minutes of, having this conversation. Now we're way out here. And it's working for you. And I've had those conversations where I end up having friendships out of that.
Yeah.
Like, man, you remember we talked about this, man, you helped me through something really dark going on. And also be careful then who your accountability partner is. It doesn't mean that they're proximate. You know, they might be close in location, but they might be the one you need to stay away from.
Yeah,
see the other episode with the blood is thicker than water discussion.
Yes.
Be very, very careful. They're hunting rabbits. Like, be careful about that. Man.
Yeah.
But anyway. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. We didn't get to talk about tips. I gotta go get dude now, but
it was good talking today. Greatly appreciate we getting some time together and doing this.
Yes, sir. Always.
Thank you for listening to Okay, So Hear Me Out. I am Bear. This is Big Circle. We greatly appreciate y'all tapping in. Please feel free to listen on all of your streaming platforms, Spotify, YouTube, iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, you name it, we're on it, Pandora. If you're watching us on YouTube, please like, subscribe, share with everybody. Thank you. Hit us up on Instagram and TikTok. Okay, so hear me out _podcast. Thank you for tapping in once again. Peace, love, prayers. Make a great day.